All right, guys, we're going to look at Sode today, but we're not going to look at it as in a vacuum. Right? It's kind of nice to kind of have the basic fundamental idea of Sode. And I hate just teaching that because it never exists by itself. You can't just learn Sode and hit somebody with Sode. It just never works that way.
Right.
And everyone's showing the same thing online, usually, except me.
That's why you're here.
Very contextual, gripping, how it works in the system, right? Different variations, modern versions, and et cetera, et cetera. You know, we're not going to go into like that, but like, we have to kind of go over the very, very basics of Sode, right? Okay, so we're going to look at it right side versus right side, okay? I'm going to take a lower sleeve grip here. You can do it by the elbow too, but we're going to take a lower sleeve grip, okay? Notice how I'm gripping the gi here. Look, I'm collecting, right? Catching it, and then folding it a little bit more, okay? So it's like a double grip, right? That's why there's no tension in the sleeve. If I just grab, see how this loose this is?
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing in the world. If you need more space, which sometimes in Sode you do, right? Because you need this space to, right, kind of create this shelf to put the wrist underneath this gi here. That's okay too. Well, let's do it in a way where we're gonna close the space here on the wrist. So we take this hand off, back, okay? Hand's gonna come back to my lapel here. You see now there's tension because I'm pushing and he's pushing, trying to put this hand here and I'm pushing away. So as he's going, look, I'm gonna let him, but then I'm gonna parry this over my shoulder here, okay? And from here, look, I'm gonna cross my wrist and I'm gonna sink my shoulder underneath his armpit. It's very important that I drop my hips down here, okay? So as I throw this over, look, I drop my hips down underneath and then I load him on my back here, okay? And then from this position, I'm not gonna throw him this way. I'm gonna take him over this way, okay? Like this here, right? So that's the idea for the basic Sode. You see many variations of this. Sometimes you go cross sleeve, right? And I go elbow grip. And I take this hand off, okay? And then as he's trying to return this hand upwards, look, I go elbow, cross wrist, and I go underneath, bang. Okay, that's another option. Okay, Sode is so tricky because you go both ways.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wait for this collar hand, right? And I take this hand here, right, sleeve. And I take, this is a universal giveaway, Sode is coming. And then I come underneath here. This is the double sleeve Sode. Right, but the mechanics are, it's like ippon tsunagi.
Yeah. It's
Right?
easily adaptable.
Easily adaptable. It's turn, sink the hips in, throw them over.
You get double the leverage, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
You know.
So how does Sode work with all these other techniques is the question. Okay. When I want to take this hand off, you see I'm bringing this elbow underneath, right? Extended arm, bent arm. If I could bring my elbow underneath an extended arm, it's much easier to pop the hand off here, okay? Notice how I didn't take the hand off first, and as he's coming back, parry. I didn't do that this time. I'm going directly from this collar grip, okay? If the arm is extended and the arm is high, Sode appears, right? See how I'm pushing this knuckle underneath, right? So now, when I rip this hand up and diagonally away, and I drop my hips, see how I drop my hips? It's like a punch. Ha! It's like an uppercut. Oh! Okay? I see a lot of guys trying to lift Sode like this. It's very difficult to do, okay? But if I could go here, it puts a lot of tension on the wrist. And there's many different ways to do this, okay? Sometimes I go here, right, and I collect, and then I pull this wrist to the side to create a bend here, and then I go up, and then I go over. Okay, that's an opportunity also, okay? But the basic idea here is I want to put my elbow, my knuckles underneath the forearm on an extended arm, okay? So now it's a lot easier for me to go Sode. How is he going to combat this? By bending his arm and bringing his hand lower. Now, it's very difficult for me to go Sode, but it's a lot easier for me to cut this direction. Okay? So now as the hand comes to my collar, I could go Sode this way, or I could go Seinagi this direction. Okay? So now you kind of have a system where I'm trying to cut the hand, extending, knuckles over, cutting this way, knuckles over, cutting this way, Seinagi. Okay? Sometimes, if his elbows are bent here, right, and then I make it look like Seinagi, he's gonna step forward and defend the Seinagi. So now there's Kochi here. Very, very simple kochi. Okay? So now you have a Senagi Kochi Sode system. This is so good, dude. It's like, when you
3
hit those
points.
sticks, dude, there's guys who master this. I lost like so much mobility in my elbow. It's so hard for me. Like I have so much pain in my elbows, right? It's like
much of this.
yeah, I can't really like you know what I mean. I wish I could. I'll just cheat and go here.
Okay.
No, that's right, it's fine. Right? So now it's like you're pinning this elbow close down this way, right? So it's like kochi, senagi, right? Sode, right? Sode, adjusting, cut here, kochi, cut, senagi. W. Right? Yeah. See, so now it's like. Right?
Yeah. No, I don't know which way I'm going.
And then you could sort of circle the weight this way to extend this arm, and then shorten the turn, because I'm going this way. Kind of like how I go this way, to shorten the turn to this direction. I'm going to shorten the turn here to go Sode. Right?
Yeah.
See this system? So right versus right Sode Senagi system. And then this is going to blow your mind. You ready? Circle. Sode can't quite get it. Okay, right? Come back out. Cool. Didn't see that coming, right?
No, I did not.
Yeah. How nice is that?
That's insane.
Yeah, it's so good. So good.
I have so much trouble with that. After faking the Seinagi,
Yeah.
coming back into this direction for Sode. My
Yeah.
spine gets all twisted up.
Spine
So
gets twisted up, yeah.
I need to get, that's on my list now.
Yeah, so now the way you did it, a little bit of, that's what you try it now. So go super slow, man.
So,
So I'm going like this, right? So now what is this reaction here?
so cut, push
Yeah,
off,
yeah,
and then
Maybe it's
Sode
also-
this way,
yeah. Yeah, there you go.
right?
Good. All right. So go in there one again. Hey, all right, let's go back here. Let's try to tuck this arm and crisscross, and then keep this arm underneath. No, not elbow. There you go. Go ahead. Back. Stay right here. Stay right here. Come back out. Coach you here. Yeah. there you
Gotcha.
go. Right.
Yeah, my feet were so messed up on that,
Yeah.
turn. They're turning this way. is
When
not
you
my-
go real slow, man, you can kind of, and that's how you should be training a lot of the times. You know, when I show something, people are flying. They're making tons of mistakes, right?
Yeah.
So it's better to go like 20, 30% speed. I'd rather see guys like, okay, let's go here. Doesn't work. You can still adjust the shoulder. So oh, that's something that I use, right? And it's like, you keep holding on, right? Senagi, kochi, here, right?
Yeah.
So let's see from here. If I drop my hips and punch this, there we go, okay?
Right.
So now if I turn, see how I'm doing this?
Yeah.
So now if you anchor down to this side, it's gonna fucking crank my hip back a little bit, right? So it's like minimizing the time where I could kind of go here, and then look, I'm making myself much more compact here, right? And then so now if you anchor down here, it's a little bit, it's not tight, it doesn't crank my back, see, so my posture's better.
I see.
So,
So it's for the opposite, for the footwork on this, right?
Yeah.
It's try for this, you drop the elbow down.
we're going for southern.
Like
right?
I'm trying to go up, you drop your elbow and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
push off.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
And then as you reach back, I have to bring this hand and this hip, everything together, right?
Yes,
At one shot?
ideally, yeah.
Okay, that's because,
Yeah.
I don't know, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like throwing my foot and then trying to sink,
Yeah.
and then I get twisted out.
Yeah, so that's one idea, right? And sometimes, right, because you're anchoring down this way, right? When I clear this hand, I know you're gonna anchor down, okay? So I'm not gonna like try to outsink my elbow. I'm gonna shoot across and drop. Do a drop so that,
I see.
okay? So now when I'm shooting across this way, and then you're dropping your hips down this way, see how you're falling to this side? Right, so that's the weak side drop so that. Right, not weak side, but it's like you're dropping
You're
them
off-
off to the weak side because they're hipping down.
This is how I get caught all the time.
So, yes!
This
Yeah!
is my absolute kryptonite.
I just seen you at a tournament get caught with this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Against Jackie Netska, you got me 2 seconds.
That's right. So that's sometimes like people anchor down because of the Sode.
Right.
And then if they drop and this arm is trapped here, you're gonna fall off of the weak side.
Right.
And some guys are very good at doing this. You know, so that's one thing you have to watch out for.
The ability to like provide power up into this is tough.
It's tough.
And then, but speed wise,
Yeah.
it's like, can I get it fast? That's another.
And it makes sense to be tough because you do a lot of senagis that way, you turn that way.
Yeah, this is my
This is
direction.
your weak side.
Yeah.
Right? So now you're doing a weak side technique. cranking it back like this, of course you're gonna have back problems here.
Arms crossed. Yeah, I always get crunched.
Yeah, so these are the solutions for it.
I see.
You know, and then sometimes, you know, when you go Sode here, right? You're gonna be anchoring down or something. You like do one of these guys,
Right, right.
right? But the way you do it also is like, sometimes they like try to block the hip of going across this way, right? And then they shift their weight away because they don't want you to be, and that's when you,
Clip the
yeah,
curry, right?
yeah. And then it's like, bang, Seinagi.
Oh, there we go.
Seinagi coaching, and you give him an uppercut here. That's right. Right?
Yeah.
You know, uppercut coach here, bang. And then look, now it's like, now you have Sode going this direction.
Oh.
And then it could be a drop Sode here. You may just rip a drop and then see if it'll fall off on the weak side on their own.
Gotcha. Because they're going to be circling there naturally, or just
Circling there naturally or dropping their hips.
right? Because they're sprawling. I see.
Because if you go too hot, you clear it, they're like, oh shoot. And now your natural hips, and then if I try to anchor high here, then it might not be enough.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I've been, like in Randori, I've just been doing like
Yeah.
kochi, morote, kochi, and it's just been this linear thing.
Yeah.
And then now like, then no one's respecting this.
No.
It's that's way better.
Some other ideas to, you know, when you try to go break the sleeve, two hands. So, right? And then you go, so then you go far side coaching. It's another option. But you have to go this slow.
Right.
To be able to say, hey, what's the reaction? Oh, that foot's coming out. Let me attack that foot.
Right.
You know, this is all sort of the weak side, right? If I'm right side versus right side, generally they're gonna post with this hand first. So now attacking Sode off of this, when they know Sode is coming, because this is like a dead giveaway. It's like, yeah, I'm going for Sode here.
Right. Right.
You know, but the similar idea, right? Once you kind of understand how they're gonna react, you can build around this. What we just like did, you know?
Right.
So if you don't want me to get Sode here, you're gonna bend the elbow, which means I release and slide up, and then I go over the back, okay? And then from here, I have to anticipate what you're gonna do. Oh, I would love that. Go ahead. Done.
Yeah.
Screw it. Right? You're gonna go up and over. So I block. So now look, I keep this advantage. A lot of guys get here, and then let the hand come over the back, and now we're even. We're exactly the same position.
Right.
This is okay if you're bigger, heavier, and stronger than another guy. Like I would love to be here with you because I weigh you by 50 pounds.
Right.
Right? But someone my size, my weight, no way. I don't want to take that chance.
No, something will happen.
Yeah, so it's like if you go in here and then we're posting and we're both kind of trying to take this hand off, and I can show Sode and you bend the elbow and I come over the back, I would immediately go sleeve. So now it's like, okay, right? Am I going to go Sode here? No, never. Am I going to go Tomonaga here? No, why would I give up this position? I'm going to try to blast for a big Soto, a big side, snap them down, maybe even force a penalty here, right?
Right.
Kick the leg, oh, big old chim out of here, right? So now it's like, you have this thing of like, oh, if I post left, Sode is coming,
Right.
right? And then if you block the Sode, I'm gonna go over. So now you're a lot less likely to bend this elbow and defend the Sode, and now I can kind of pop this and go this way, right?
Yeah.
Or I could just make it look like that, pop it this across, and then go Soto this way. And sometimes the hand doesn't come off, you know? Like
Yeah.
right now, it was loose.
Right.
It's because my pinky hurts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Somebody broke the grip, right?
Yes.
But
We weren't even doing judo.
was that?
We weren't even doing judo.
I know.
We're like this, what's up, man? How are you? Hey, good morning. But then he, like, the guy, like, put my hand on his, what's up, man? And he goes, yo, what's up, bro? And then he went sideways.
Oh.
And then my pinky got caught in the gi. We weren't even training yet.
I've been doing this a lot though with the Sode thing. Like, let's say left hand was posted.
Yeah.
It's been like, fake, drop, you bend the elbow, or actually here, and then you take it off and go.
Yeah.
That's been working.
Do that. Do that
quite a
again.
bit. So it's like I really go for it, but I let you
Yeah.
defend it. Then I crush this.
Oh,
force.
too late. This is
Too
done.
late.
You're
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
screwed here, right?
Yeah. Nobody
you-
does that because they don't know.
Oh, they know.
They
Well, not
better
here.
guys know.
Better guys know.
Yeah.
Do it again. So now you gotta automate that. That's your next step, right? Boom. Yeah.
Or kind
But
of.
if it's too far, you're gonna miss the sleeve, right?
So go up.
So you wanna go bicep.
Oh.
Because you know the trajectory is gonna go here, straight to the collar. Right? And I would tuck my thumb, just because, so then you don't get caught. And then from here you already have it. Now this is danger zone. Now you can grab the gi here. Yeah, now it's like you don't let me get it. And then you
Right.
start immediately
Firing, peppering.
fire, Kochi, Sasai, all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's gotta be automatic, you know? Gotta be automatic.
Yeah, I think with the Sode thing though, it's like to practice it weak side because I'm not giving the right input.
Yeah.
It takes an educated uke to give you the right reactions.
Yes,
To practice
yes.
like the kochi or the step around.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if I'm out here going like this, like you don't know where to step if
No.
you were just kind of figuring it out.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you could do forcefully after you, so that even when it's kind of loose, and then you could get this kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people go around this way.
Oh,
People
right.
Soda. People kind of go kochi here.
Yeah.
There's lots of different ideas that you can kind of do.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who's getting pretty good? You know Matthew?
Yeah.
He forces Sode
Mm-hmm.
with high hips. He gets in high.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy's reacting, and then he switches back and rips kochi.
Oh, nice.
So-
He's figuring it out.
Yeah, so like his interplay between like, he's strong also. Forcing that arm up and around, across, and then hitting kochi and then going Sode, that's very good.
That's like to get them extended.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you can't bring your hips down anymore.
Yeah.
I mean he's so tall,
Yeah.
but like getting that
There's
reaction
a
up.
whole game too, like the double sleeve system, you know, like so sometimes like I get the sleeve, you get this, and you break the sleeve, bang, right? And then you kind of end up in this kind of a, so you got my sleeve, this kind of a thing, you know.
This
there's
is a whole look.
This is a whole thing,
Yeah.
you know, and there's some ideas here. For instance, like how do you gain position, right? Because if I release this hand, you want to gain position from here. So something as simple as like collecting and then bringing my thumb up, and then levering this hand from the outside in this way. So now when I push against this, it pushes the, right? So something like this, and then using this to go fake Sode, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's another skill in itself. Notice this hip. You see how it's on top?
Right.
I can't go Sode here.
Right.
So now it's like, you can go Sode this side,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, and then it's recognizing it. So if I have this here from the top, but the position of my hand could go underneath this way, right?
Mhm.
Now this is, I'm going looking for Sode here, and you're also looking for Sode this way.
Right.
So there's a whole like interplay here that most guys just kind of don't get it yet. And I'm not a master in this sleeve versus sleeve. Like I never like to get there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I don't love, you know, diving on my knees, and I just don't like that position so much.
There's a lot of guys, I mean, like out here with standing up, there's a lot of leverage to rip it away.
Yes,
This position
yeah.
doesn't exist for very long if it does.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
like, I remember like, teaching people or me learning in the beginning, it was like, you know, sleeve, this is danger.
Yeah,
you know,
there's a little
like-
bit, yeah.
You're gonna, like, you're basically handles, your leverage, and they'll chuck
Yeah.
you. So it's like, but I have seen people now kind of like hang out here, like
Yeah.
you're saying, like,
A lot of lightweights here.
yeah,
Lightweights. Because if you could go underneath them really fast, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Heavyweights don't do it as much, and I'm a heavier weight.
heavier weight,
Yeah.
working on it.
Yeah, man, this is whole Sode off of this low sleeve. It's amazing, man. It's like when you get this hand off, right, you're gonna try to rip it, and you're gonna rip it away, or just yank it. So I kept it loose here. So now it's like I still keep it, and now the hand's high. And
You
now this is one of those things where it's like, attack the feet here, Sode this way. And these are the kinds of methods that you have to train like, you have to train like this. You know what I mean? So you could kind of introspectively check to see if your mechanics are sound.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you learn all the directions. It's like this hand can come back in front.
Yeah.
It can come back over here. What
Yeah.
happens if it goes low?
Yeah.
And it's like knowing all those options.
But right versus right and sleeve versus sleeve, this is like, I get here, and here's one of my tricks that I like to do here. Right? Because I go to this side, and going right here right away is difficult, right? Because we both know that we're gonna kind of, so I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna connect my hand to his hand here. I'm gonna connect. Rip it. Right? So then I'm coming back to make it look like I'm going for a collar grip, and then